In no particular order, the law of the leadership ability determines your level of effectiveness. Better leadership raises the potential of the organization. Example, Dick and Maurice McDonald. Innovation without scalable leadership. In the 1940s, Dick and Maurice McDonald opened a highly efficient drive-in restaurant in San Bernardino, California. They revolutionized fast food by introducing the speed service system, a model of operational excellence and innovation that allowed them to serve high-quality burgers quickly and cheaply. Their restaurant became a local sensation, but despite their groundbreaking business model, they lacked the vision and leadership ability to scale the business nationally or globally. Their leadership limited how far they could take their idea. Then came Ray Kroc, a milkshake machine salesman with big dreams. Kroc saw the potential in the McDonald's model and had the leadership capacity to build it into a global empire. He franchised the model, enforced standards, and created systems that allowed it to grow across the world. Under his leadership, McDonald's became the most recognizable fast food brand globally. Key takeaway: Dick and Maurice McDonald had a great idea, but their leadership kept them from expanding. Ray Kroc's higher leadership allowed the concept to reach its full potential. The law of influence. The true measure of leadership is influence. Nothing more, nothing less. Without influence, you can't lead. Example, Sir Edmund Hillary versus John Hunt, the Everest expedition. While John Hunt was the official leader of the 1953 British expedition to Mount Everest, it was Sir Edmund Hillary, the humble beekeeper from New Zealand, who demonstrated extraordinary leadership on the ground. Hillary's grit, decision-making under pressure, and ability to work alongside Sherpa Tenzing Norgay helped them achieve what many thought was impossible, reaching the summit. Although Hunt led the expedition from a strategic level, it was Hillary's leadership in action that made the mission successful. Hillary's leadership was high. His calm under pressure and ability to influence outcomes directly contributed to their success. He made crucial decisions based on changing weather conditions, terrain challenges, and his understanding of human limits at high altitudes. His ability to anticipate risks, adapt quickly, and guide his climbing partner, Tenzing Norgay, to the summit displayed high-level leadership in action. The law of process: leadership develops daily, not in a day. Great leaders are not made overnight. They are shaped through consistent learning, experience, and perseverance over time. Example, Theodore Roosevelt. Theodore Roosevelt is a classic example of a leader who grew through intentional and consistent development. From a sickly and asthmatic child, he built himself up, physically, mentally, and intellectually, through deliberate daily effort. He read extensively, mastered a range of subjects, served in multiple public offices, and faced personal tragedy with resilience. Whether as a rancher, police commissioner, war hero, or president, Roosevelt treated every role as preparation for the next. His rise to become one of the most dynamic and impactful U.S. presidents wasn't an accident. It was the result of years of disciplined growth, reflection, and experience. Key takeaway: leadership is a lifelong journey. Invest in your growth every day, and over time, you'll become the leader others respect and follow. The law of addition: leaders add value by serving others. The most effective leaders focus on helping others succeed. By serving and empowering their teams, they multiply their influence and the organization's impact. Example, Jim Sinegal, CEO of Costco. Jim Sinegal, co-founder and former CEO of Costco, is a textbook example of servant leadership. Rather than maximizing profits by cutting corners or underpaying staff, Sinegal believed that treating employees well would lead to better customer service and long-term success. He kept his own salary modest and focused on adding value to others, employees, customers, and suppliers alike. His leadership style built fierce employee loyalty, low turnover, and a high-performance culture. Costco became known not just for low prices, but for being a great place to work, all while achieving sustained profitability. Key takeaway: when leaders put others first, the entire organization grows stronger. The law of solid ground: trust is the foundation of leadership. Without trust, people won't follow you, regardless of your position or power. Leaders earn trust through consistency, competence, and character. Example, Robert McNamara, JFK and Nixon era. Robert McNamara, U.S. Secretary of Defense under Presidents John F. Kennedy and Lyndon B. Johnson, was once seen as a brilliant, data-driven leader. However, during the Vietnam War, as public trust eroded due to misleading information and opaque decision-making, McNamara's credibility suffered. Although initially respected, his leadership faltered when trust broke down between the government and the public. The Pentagon Papers later revealed internal doubts about the war's winnability, showing a stark contrast between private concerns and public statements. Key takeaway. No matter how smart or strategic a leader is, leadership collapses without trust. When people stop believing in you, they stop following you. The law of respect. People naturally follow leaders stronger than themselves. True leadership isn't forced, it's earned. People are drawn to leaders who demonstrate strength of character, conviction, and competence. Example, Harriet Tubman. Harriet Tubman is a profound example of the law of respect. Born into slavery, Tubman escaped, but rather than seek only her own freedom, she risked her life repeatedly to return and lead over 70 enslaved people to freedom via the Underground Railroad. Despite the dangers, people followed her because of her unshakable courage and moral clarity, strategic planning and situational awareness, selfless service and proven success. Even those who were physically stronger or more educated deferred to her leadership because her actions inspired deep respect. She never demanded leadership, she earned it. Key takeaway. Leadership isn't about titles, it's about who people trust and choose to follow, especially when the stakes are highest. The law of intuition. Leaders evaluate everything with a leadership perspective. Great leaders possess a natural instinct for understanding situations, people, and challenges, often sensing what others miss. Example, Larry Smith. Larry Smith, a successful entrepreneur and leader, exemplifies this law through his ability to anticipate market trends and team dynamics before they fully materialize. His intuition allows him to make decisions that others might overlook, giving his ventures a competitive edge. Leaders with intuition can read between the lines, picking up on subtle cues. They make quick, informed decisions, even with incomplete data. Intuition helps leaders navigate complexity and uncertainty with confidence. Key takeaway. Leadership isn't just learned knowledge. It's also an instinct honed by experience, enabling leaders to feel what's really happening beneath the surface. The law of magnetism. Who you are is who you attract. Leaders naturally attract people who share their values, beliefs, and energy. Example, CEO of Burberry. The CEO of Burberry attracted a team and culture that mirrored his vision and style, building a brand identity rooted in innovation and luxury. His leadership magnetized talent who believed in the same high standards and brand values, driving the company's success. Your character and mindset determine the quality of people around you. Positive-driven leaders attract motivated and skilled team members. Conversely, weak leadership can attract less committed or incompatible followers. Key takeaway. To build a strong, effective team, leaders must first develop themselves, because the people they attract will reflect their own qualities. The law of connection. Leaders touch a heart before they ask for a hand. Effective leaders build genuine relationships and emotional connections with people before expecting cooperation or action. Example, George W. Bush, 9/11 to Hurricane Katrina. During the 9/11 attacks, President Bush connected deeply with the American people by showing empathy, resolve, and presence. His ability to relate on a human level helped rally the nation. However, during Hurricane Katrina, perceived disconnect and poor communication led to criticism, highlighting how vital connection is for leadership success. Building trust and rapport fosters loyalty and willingness to follow. Leaders who connect personally inspire motivation beyond commands. Connection makes direction more effective and embraced. Key takeaway. To lead well, invest time in relationships first. People follow leaders they feel genuinely connected to. The law of the inner circle. A leader's potential is determined by those closest to them. Your success as a leader depends heavily on the quality and strength of your inner circle, the people you surround yourself with. Example, Mark Cole. Mark Cole recognized that to lead effectively, he needed to build a trusted team that could support, challenge, and complement his leadership. His inner circle helped him execute vision and navigate challenges. Surround yourself with capable, loyal, and diverse individuals. A strong inner circle multiplies a leader's impact and effectiveness. Weak or toxic inner circles limit growth and potential. Key takeaway. Invest time in developing your core team, because your leadership is only as strong as the people closest to you.